over there, Ken? Yep. Okay. Go left hand down a little. Good. Evo is officially out of its corner and we're gonna be rebuilding it. Here it is. It is very dusty. It's been sitting now for, I want to say, almost 15 years. This is gonna be quite a bit of work for us to get back up and running, but let's kind of look at the state that it's currently in. All right, Mike. The OG hero car, it's coming back.
Yeah, this is the car that kind of started it all for us. Just a little background history on the car. We bought the car in 2006. What started life as actually a really rare Evo RS. For those of you that don't know, the RS is a lightweight version of the Evo. It has like manual windows, no sound deadening, just a really bare shell Evo that's designed to be lightweight and probably the fastest version of the Evo. We bought it new in 06, and then I think a year in we started tinkering with it, took it all apart, and then slowly it kind of evolved from, you know, a stock car into a semi-track car, and then a couple years later in it became a full-fledged time attack car that represented the company. We campaigned this car probably heavily from 08 to 2011, 3 years. We had people, you know, Rob drove it, friend Tim drove it, and lastly I actually piloted the car the last 2 years, so I had some really good memories with the car. The car did actually hold some records back then. It was probably the fastest limited class car. It won first place actually in a lot of the time attack events back then, so overall a lot of great memories. So seeing it out of storage and in this current state actually kind of hurts to see it like this, but knowing that we're gonna restore it and bring its glory back, so really excited about that.
Yeah, she's definitely got some history, so it's only right that we revive it.
She deserves the best.
Oh yeah, all the best.
Give it, yeah.
Yeah, so there are a couple things on here that we're gonna be replacing. Turbo is blown, correct? That's why it was parked?
The car, yeah, it competed in 2011. It won actually, but it had a blown turbo, so we parked it ever since. So I think first things first, we're gonna probably address that. Well, we're gonna remove the whole engine and do a, you know, basically a tear down just to make sure everything's good.
Full health check.
Exactly, yeah. And then we're gonna replace everything that we can, probably into like, you know, HKS turbo and wastegates and maybe new manifold. Just give it a more modern update.
Yeah, just a whole modern package.
Exactly.
And then along with, you know, turbo, we're gonna do full new fuel system and everything that's been sitting for so long, and then, you know, new electronics, new management, maybe new wiring.
Yeah, and it's like it looks so cluttered right now because like all this stuff, you know, I mean, like it's just, you could tell this is from an era where, like, you know, maybe the technology existed but we didn't have access to it, but now, like these days, from all the experience we have building race cars and whatnot, like we're gonna just implement it into this car and just make it look much cleaner, you know, better package. But you know, this is what we did. We had to do what we do back in the days because we didn't have the resources, or we didn't even have the know-how. For a tuning shop back then, we didn't really reach a level of, like, I wouldn't say professional motorsports, but these days we are actually in that territory of, like, actually using the similar parts as professional racing, you know. Back then it was very grassroots. A lot of it is do it yourself. You know?
Yeah.
We can make it work, we'll make it work on a budget. So,
definitely.
that was what's cool about this car, actually. We made it work.
Yeah.
Budget, so.
Made it work and won a bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing. Before I ever knew what Evasive Motorsports was, before I ever worked here, I actually knew what this car was. I had seen it before on the internet. It was one of my favorite Evos, and you know, to see it come back today, I think anybody who's seen this car and knows it from its past would definitely be excited to see its revival and honestly get what it deserves after sitting for the last 15 years.
Don't mind that, because a few times we displayed the car and we're just trying to keep things from falling apart. This is not actually how we raced it. So, but look at the battle scars, you know, like.
It's definitely used and abused.
Yeah, I think this car actually went off track a few times and things got destroyed. We had to piece it back together. So you can see, like, you know, just things we had to do. This is all stuff that we did at the track, right? We're like, you know, fixing, repairing. This is probably a temporary guy we made so get better airflow. This is a Voltex Cyber Evo. For those of you who don't know, it's one of the most iconic time attack cars from back in the days. This is the same front end that they actually sent us from the Cyber Evo, because the Cyber Evo got upgraded. So this piece itself has a lot of history.
Definitely.
For those of you that don't know.
Full new aero kit, everything's gonna be getting replaced?
Yeah, so we're gonna get the updated Voltex aero. I think it's developed from World Time Attack, so much wider, much more aggressive. Everything from front splitter, fenders, underbody, hood, wing, everything will be updated. So it will look way more aggressive than what it is now. So like, talk about like throwback. The electronics is like, I would say it's ancient at best. You know, connections are done via telephone cables.
You got Ethernet ECU.
Yeah, so that's a FCON V Pro for those of you that don't know. And then you have all the DEFI, HKS gauges and display, which is long been discontinued.
Very period correct,
Yeah.
but
And
no
then
longer.
The dash right there, I believe that's a DL1 dash. It provided a lot of good information and data logging. If you look at that, that's the data logger right there. So even back then, we started to use data loggers as a way to assist in driving and performance of the cars. But like it has improved drastically. Like now we use Voltex.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's night and day difference.
Yeah.
The way we put up sensors on cars, we're getting, you know, sensor readings from the damper. We're getting sensor reading from ride height.
Yeah.
Even tire pressure, tire temperature, as you've seen from our Pikes Peak effort. Like we have live reading of the tire pressure, tire temperature. That's like, compared to what we started with, it's like, you know, big difference.
This thing is very rudimentary compared to the technology that we use nowadays.
Yeah. We look at like,
Yeah. Talk about
holes.
DIY, weight reduction.
Yeah. Like it's just the mentality of whatever we could do to extract every ounce of weight out of the car without spending money on like carbon doors.
Yeah.
So the number one goal right now is to bring it back to life. We want to clean it up, probably fresh paint, new livery, but I want to keep the same aesthetics, you know, like people will look at it and be like, oh, that's the Evasive Evo, even though it's a complete transformation. Get it to that point where it runs well, and then, yeah, definitely bring it back to the track. Time attack event, or just even demo events. It's just cool to see this car back out the track. So that's the ultimate goal.
Definitely.
I don't know, maybe I'll drive.
You have any favorite track days or time attack events or anything, any memories that you have with the car?
I think when I used to drive this, the only track we used to go to was Buttonwillow. So I was like, I mean, it's still kind of the benchmark for US time attack. I think one of the most memorable times was, actually, I don't know if I was driving, but the car had gone off and tore apart the whole front end, like literally the splitter, bumper, everything. I remember we spent maybe the entire night at the track repairing the car, putting it back together, and Kel actually was a big part of that. We put it back together, and I think the next day we were able to run the car and actually place first.
Oh wow.
So that was like a vivid memory that I had, and We actually had incidents with this car. I think the wing flew off at 140 miles per hour once. And that's why you see this cable tie right here, because we were getting a lot of like side lateral movement and it just snapped the wing stand off. And I believe Tim was driving that year, and then he went into Riverside. That's a very fast 50 corner at Bunwillow. We didn't see him come out of Riverside. Like, what happened? And we just saw a big, you know, smoke. Or like dust. We're like, oh no. And then came back without a wing. So that was kind of memorable too. So this car's been through a lot.
Yeah.
But all in all, like, I think the car performed really well. We were able to just kind of repair it as we go, and just these are all just experiences. Oh shit!
Damn, the whole thing.
That's the start of the project right there.
It's a little bit bigger, just a little. Alright Jay, so we're unboxing all the Voltex kit right now, and one of the first problems that we've come to realize that we have is we have no instructions.
What is this?
Yeah, so right now we're kind of just figuring out where everything goes, laying the entire kit out, just so we can kind of visualize, you know, what the build's gonna turn out to be. Alright guys, so as you can see, the full Voltex kit, we got it all out and kind of just mocked up in front of the Evo. Oh my goodness, this thing already looks insane. All right, Jay, what are your first impressions? Anything, you notice anything?
God dang. I mean, for the most part, look, everything fits good from what we're doing.
Even for just mocked up in the air like this, like this, yeah, this gap isn't gonna be actual because this is just wavy. But actually, once it's mounted in,
this gap is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it's perfect right there. And then there's this area. Literally everybody from the other side of the shop just came over, and there were about 15 of us gawking over this for probably the past 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It looks insane.
Once it's on the car, dang.
All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one. We're gonna dive into the car and actually look at what it needs, start tearing it apart, rip the entire old kit off, and after that, it's gonna be pulling the motor. So we'll see you guys there.
Stay tuned.